Today's review is a bit different. It's a tool with a cord. A MAKITA tool that doesn't run on batteries. So I've been needing one of these for a few months, since the flood wiped out my previous bench grinders. So this is my replacement bench grinder. Finally bought one. MAKITA, surprise, surprise, some of you might say, but I looked at all sorts of different ones. This one was sort of, I didn't want a big grinder, I only really use it for drill bits and chisels mostly. So I didn't need a really big bugger. This is a 6-inch grinder, 150mm. And I had some vouchers for Bunnings, so it was either at Bunnings, it was either a Zito, Ryobi, I'm not going to buy that shit, this or the AEG, which is rigid. The AEG one was an 8-inch grinder. I didn't really want one that big, and it was more money, so this is the one I went for. This is the GB602 6-inch grinder from MAKITA. So in the box, on the top we have, I put the most delicate bit on the top where it could get fucked. It's a clever idea. So here's your eye shields. This one here has magnifying, the other one doesn't. Couldn't afford it on both of them, eh? Everybody loves polystyrene. Right. That's some tool rests. Some things to hold the tool rest by the looks. Spannery things. Man, how many of these bloody spannery things do you get with? Ooh, little box. What's in the secret box? And a tool. Come on, you bugger. Get rid of you. So there's the beast. She's about 9 kgs. And wow, look at that. One of these cord things. Okay, so she is metal bodied. These are plastic, however. Metal guard, but this top bit, these have lights in. There's a light on each side. So that's plastic, as I said. So you've got your rough stone on the left here, and a fine one on the right. One of the reasons I picked the MAKITA one is the fine stone seemed to be a lot finer than any of the other ones at Bunnings. The AEG one and the Zito one and stuff, they were just rubbish. They were just so rough. And because I want to mostly do drill bits, like I said, that's why I wanted a nice fine stone. I know I can put a fine stone on one of the other ones, but it's a lot easier to come with it. So these are 150 by 20mm wide. Is that 20mm? It's a little bit narrow. So it was a bit smaller than the other bench grinders I looked at. Where's a ruler or something? There we go. So straight off the bat, it's not 20mm, it's 16mm. Well, that's freaking good, eh? It says 20mm. The website says 150mm by 20mm, and it's clearly 16mm. Bugger. 20mm would have been better. Do I take it back? No, I want to use the damn thing. So, little drawer on the front here for your coolant. Little plastic piece of shit. It's got recessed holes to bolt it down on your bench, just one on each side. It looks, yeah. Right, I'll put the guards on and plug her in. There's a little speed wobble there starting up, but very quiet, much quieter than my previous bench grinders. Wouldn't be talking over them like this. So on the back of the machine it says 16mm. Should have had a look at that before I bought it. Probably says it on the box too. As usual, the Makita New Zealand website overstates things, makes things sound better than they actually are. So she's revolving here at 2,850 RPM. It's 250 watts, has output of 138 watts. It says on the back at 1.1 amp. So bugger all. This is of course a 240 volt. So now that she's all together, let's start picking her to bits. These are incredibly flimsy pieces of shit, and it wouldn't take much to bump that and snap it right off. You can move them around, sort of thing. These epoxy little plastic screws. Yeah, I don't know how long that's going to last. And then the tool rests. That's the position. Like a lumper. You can't angle it. Not with the way these bolts are set up. Let's just have a play and see if we do it wrong, whether we can get it to... There's two bolts that hold it in place, and it slots over another bolt that bolts the guard here together. But no, you can't do it any other way. If you put it, you could put it there, which is good for friggin' nothing. Put it about there, maybe. Yeah, there. No, that's not much use. So that's a bit of a pain in the ass. You could maybe do some modifications to that. Cut out this bit here that goes over that nut so that you can angle it maybe a bit more, if you wish to. So that's a bit annoying. Plus they're awfully small, but I guess the machine itself, the abrasive discs are pretty small, the wheels. So one of them each side. This side on the visor thing here, you have the magnifying section, which when you look through, what a dog, what an absolute pig. I was kind of looking forward to that, but I think it's going to be next to useless. It's so wavy and you're not going to get anything accurate with that. You might as well just look at it. Put a pair of glasses on. And the same tool rest. A lot of them have a guide for putting your drill bits on, so you cut them on the right angle. This doesn't have it; it's just a flat one. The AEG one has a guide. These friggin' light holder things, they're exactly the same as the ones on the AEG. These look identical, so they must all come from the one bloody factory in China somewhere. Yeah, this little coolant tray is plastic and shitty looking. And they've got these big ugly screws on the front here. But it's very quiet, I'll give it that, which is good. I did hate the noise of my other... Once it's bolted down and doesn't vibrate and stuff, it should be even quieter. I guess I should sharpen something on it. Let's see how good she really is. Good rubber feet on there. Plastic base. Plastic. I'm actually surprised this is metal the way everything is plastic these days. Now, haven't looked in the box. What's in the box? Could it be spare light bulbs? Could it be a dressing tool for the wheels? It feels awfully light. Let's have a look. Wow. Safety goggles. In a box. Oh, and with instructions. For the hard of understanding. Why do they put that in a box? I've never seen them in a box before. They put these things right on the edge of the packaging so that they could get cracked. And they put the shitty 50-cent safety goggles in a cardboard box. Interesting. Anyway, let's sharpen a drill bit or something. Oh, also on here they've got movable, got a movable guard thing at the top here to stop shit flying up the wheel and going around the back and shooting out at you. You can adjust that as your wheel wears down. So I've been experimenting with height, trying to get to... Hang on, actually, before I tell you that, let's have a look at this. There's 2 manuals came with this, and I just sort of threw them aside, as I do when I open the box. But I just picked them up, wondering why there was 2. So this is the manual for the grinder. See how thick it is. It's 22 pages. And this doozy here, 47 pages of it. Are you kidding me? 47 pages on the frigging goggles that they give you for free. I mean, what the hell? And I love this. To replace the lenses. Tells you how to replace the lenses if they're damaged. Okay, open the frame by pushing the bridge of the nose. Where are they? What have I done with them? Also, instructions with the goggles. And clearly, you can't replace the lenses on these. This is one piece of shit bloody goggles. You can't pop the lenses out. So not only is it 47 pages of poor old dead tree well served, but it's absolutely friggin' useless. I mean, what? What were they doing? Anyway, so yeah, stacking these up, trying to get this at the right height, because the bench height's just a bit too low, to be honest, for my height, so I want to raise it up. So I think I've got it to the right height now. I think I'll probably do 1, 2, 3, 4 of these 45mm thick bits of Vitex. It'll be slightly higher than what I've got here. I've just cut these ones up to the right size, and then put some threaded rod through the hole here, some nuts, some 8mm 10 of it'll fit rod, and bolt it down to my bench. Right, I'm going to see if I can stall it. Just pushing on that pretty hard. Better than the other piece of crap I had before. But did manage to stall it. But in reality, I'd never pushed that hard to sharpen anything, so no big deal. So I've been going through boxes of old drill bits, trying to find some to sharpen up, some big buggers. Let's have a little play. Look at this dunger. See what we can do here. How was it? Man, that's chewed up. Man. Alright, that was a pretty munty drill bit, but at least it would be usable now. I'm gonna see if I can sharpen this auger. Wow, I just need to take off this, where the hell is it? This bloody lip on the edge there, where it's hit a nail. So that lumps off. So I've been using this grinder for about a week now. I've put it through its paces, sharpened a lot of drill bits that needed a lot of attention for a long time. The rough stone is good. It's nice and durable, no problems at all. The fine one, however, is just a bit soft. You just take chunks out of it so easily. It's you put a groove in it, and it's got quite a cup in it there at the moment. It's real hard to keep it. It just wears out way too quick. So might have to get a tool to dress that, or yeah, it's got to be careful on that. It wears out real fast. I did want a nice fine stone, and that's why I picked this model, because it came with a fine stone, but that particular one is just a bit soft. So that's the MAKITA GB602 bench grinder, 6-inch, 250 watts. Can be stalled if you put enough pressure on it, like I did with the axe, but I would never put that much pressure putting an edge on a tool. Overall, good little bench grinder for the workshop at home. Probably not so good in an industrial environment. It's just gonna, wow, these stones that come with it for starters will wear out pretty quick, and it's maybe just not got quite enough grunt. It's nice and quiet, which is good when you're at home. Help keep the missus happy. Overall, good little grinder for the price. I'm not taking it back. So at first I wasn't too impressed with it. I'm not overly impressed with these. I mean, this magnification one is a pig. Basically I don't use them. This one's actually not too bad. Gives a fractional bit of magnification, and yeah, it's easy to see through at least. Whereas this one's just a wobbly dog. When you look through it, it's just, ooh, where am I going? So, better off with a pair of glasses. Okay, well, that's that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next review, or the next whatever. Subscribe to the channel somewhere, wherever I put the thing. And check out some of these other videos, which may not be on the screen, depending on whether you're watching this on a laptop or a desktop or your phone or a tablet or whatever. Okay, see ya.